Coach, this is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. This is taken at his 4. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Gone. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Merlin. We go, 76.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Going deep this time for Miller. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options.
Mike 54. I'm scared. Bang.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get this up to the 34, and a good lane opening up right away for it. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Tonight, 20. Hey, kill. Watch twits.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. A tackle that time by Akella Witherspoon.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Goff. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
Mike goes tonight. 180. Double dog. Chopper. You got motion man. You got motion man right there. Right there. Hold on. Check. Oh, here we go. Oh, shit. 12.
On 1st down, Akers. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go, D.
Here's Goff. They'll find Miller. That's complete. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Orange, orange, orange. Switch it, Tim, switch it. Shed.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Second and goal from the 6 this time. Goff now looking to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Goff now looks to throw. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. From 6 yards away, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their 25-yard line.
21. Here we go. 41 to Mike. 6 man. Check curl. 2. Check 4. Check 2.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
I got you, Pop.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here we go. Ready? Right here. 41 Mike. 11. He's coming.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Here we go. 180. Be a long day for you. Watch tight end. We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Check 1, Omaha. Six.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. This is Coleman with the ground. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. So first and second down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
What's tight? Tight is right. Hey, 13. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Play action. Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down. So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep, Antonio Brown. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On fourth down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowsky to punt the football. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. 2nd and 10, Goff again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun. Gone. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. Goff now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Rush in.
Throwing again is gone. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Oh, he sheds himself free. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Check 56. Let's go. Ric Flair. 56.
Now a first down throw. Gone. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. The 49ers have Richie James back deep. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum down.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
Hey, box truck.
On play action, now Garoppolo. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Still second. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. He finds some open field here. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Now, sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They'll run on first down. Akers. And down inside the 15 he goes. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down, L.A. On first down, gone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Scott Miller, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
Let's go. Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over. He's got daylight. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit, because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive Now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate.
At their own 25-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking to throw on second down. Goff, and his throw is incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. The Rams on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Hey, Charlie.
Garoppolo on first down. That's going to be caught by Samuel. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always get real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. For the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. Going up top for Miller. And this will be caught at the 30. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 38 line.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Super 66.
From the gun, here's Goff. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Listen. Quit talking about it.
Goff on first down. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Jared Goff with his third touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This is taken at his 4. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. He finds McKinnon complete. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
21. Here we go, team.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel. Complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
It's a gain of 6. There's a 3rd and inches.
Here we go.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd.
Get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. Tight right.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn it.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
6.
It's a run by Coleman to start the third quarter. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now Mostert. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Here we go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9.
Here we go. Like 20!
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. A gain of 22. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best. He keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A gain of 4 on the play, and it's a second down. On second down, it's Coleman. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And Gold is able to put it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
They should have put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Mike, check, 59. We go, 76.
On first down, Akers. Some nifty running, but it only gets him to the 45. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now gone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now gone. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. So he got 3 of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. From the 16, Garoppolo steps away to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Coleman now. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Gold with the extra point, and that will shave 1 more off this lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Back to the air. Goff on second down. They'll find Miller. That's complete. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to throw. Goff. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Goff. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys in the Offensive line, because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for third down. On third down, here's Coleman. And he's got room. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Tevin Coleman, 67 yards, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Now Garoppolo and the Niners will come up and go for 2.
11. Hey, Echo.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Goff now looking to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd down, it's Henderson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Goff. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now it's gone. That's taken in by Henderson. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
He's got it. It's Higbee. Touchdown Rams. 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff. And the Rams have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6. And now Garoppolo lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. 3rd and short, McKinnon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Coleman, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
11.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Dexter Lawrence. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
A carry by Henderson to start the drive. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10.
Okay. 59 Mike, 59 Mike. Check, 59. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Okay.
Henderson now on first and 10. And some room to maneuver. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, LA. Darrell Henderson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams take advantage of the turnover to put up 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll bring up a third down. Garoppolo going to give this one to McKinnon. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
One, Omaha.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
Here we go.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
You can't block me.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.